Hello, welcome back. This is Chip Byers. I'm going to take you through the process of creating a simple object, UV mapping it with Udemy tiles, exporting it out into Substance Painter, texturing it, exporting the textures out, bringing it back into Maya again, scaling it up to the right scale for Unreal, and then bringing it into Unreal and showing you how to get the Udemy tiles to open up. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and create a cube. Primitive, hit the F key. We want to be in centimeters, so let's go ahead and click on Settings, Preferences, so you can go to Select, Window, Settings, Preferences, see if they, Settings, Preferences. That'll open it up also. You can open it down here with the guy running away from the gear on the lower right-hand corner. Let's go to Settings and make sure it's on centimeter. We're just going to model in centimeters. And we're going to go ahead and UV tile this with Udemy. So I'm going to go into UV editor, and you can see that everything is selected as one solid shell. Udemy tiles, we're going to add Udemy tiles to 6 of these Udemy. So basically taking up 6 spots. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this up. So I'm going to go to edge mode and just click on the edges here, holding down the shift key. I'm going to go to cut, and click on cut. And now all these objects should be separate pieces. You can move them out of the way like that. Okay. And so I'm going to just select the one that is on the top face. That's the one right there. I'm going to move the rest of them out just for now. Okay. So we got that one set up. We're going to go ahead and put it in here, and we're going to go ahead and scale it up. Now we're not going to scale it up to just to fit the UV texture. I'm get a little closer so I can see what I'm doing, making sure that I make the best use out of that texture space that I can. Again, we do not want to go over. Okay. That's important. If you go over, then you're going to have some problems. So I'm always leave a little bit of space in there. Okay, so for texture bleed and stuff like that. So with that done, now I'm going to have I want all the other UV texture UVs to have the same scale. So I'm going to go to Transform. I'm going to scroll down to Get, click on Get. And I'm going to select just those, the rest of the 5, and click on Set, and they will all scale up the same size, so I don't have to really guess. So I'm going to take this one, this is the top, I'm going to go to the next one, which is the front, so I'm going to click on in perspective mode. I'm just going to move this over to this. I'm going to get as close as I can by just eyeballing it. And I'm going to go around to the bottom. That's the bottom, so I'm going to put that over here and go to the back. And then I'm going to go to the sides. And bring that over here. And I'm going to move this over so we can see it a little bit better. And move that over. Now I'm off of the grid, so I'm going to have to make sure that's all set up. Got one on the left, bring that over. All right, so I'm just going to kind of get that set into the right texture space. That one's not too bad. This one needs to be kind of finessed a little bit. Just make sure they're in their own texture space. That's the borders that you see, the black lines, the thick black lines around it. Do not go over it like that, otherwise it will not work in Substance Painter. All right, once you have that done, we're going to save the UVs. So we're going to go ahead and select the object in the perspective mode and just get it into selection. It needs to be in selection mode. So all you can see are lines. Let me show you what's going on with that. So this selects the line. So click on that. I'm going to hit the Q key, click on the object, right click over and go to selection mode. Make sure it's turning green. That's important. All right, so with that selected, now I'm going to go ahead and go to the snapshot. Okay, I'm going to click on snapshot. And I'm going to browse my computer and tell it where I want it to go. So my computer, let's go into, I'm going to go into my character models here a minute. And I'm going to place the textures in my source images. So I'm going to go in here and just name it whatever you want to. I'm going to type in cube test UV UDIM. Okay, I'm going to click on save. There we go. And we don't want my IFF. We want to have PNG. And let's just do 2048 for now. Normally with bigger objects I want to do 4096 by 4096 for 4K, but we're just going to do 2K for a small object like this. Ooh, got a little lightning going on there. So I've got UDIM tiles. How they work is that each one will have its own UDIM tile. So it's 1001, 1002, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 UDIM tiles I'm using. Okay. So we got V is vertical, U is horizontal. So U is horizontal. So we got 6 UDIM tiles. And we're just using one space vertically. If we had 10 and we went up to the second level, we had a lot of UDIM tiles, then we would have to count across. So you want to go all the way to the end and then start over to the left-hand side. And so if I had filled all these up at the bottom and had one right here, then we would have 11. Okay, 11 here, and then we'd put in 2 here. So we have 10 across plus the 1, and so it'd be 11, and then V would be 2 because we're using 2 levels. Okay. All right, with that done, once I tell it where I want it to go, and make sure you make note of that so you don't lose where your textures are, click on Apply and Close. It's made all those UDIM tiles for me. We're done with this part now. So now once the UV mapping is done, you're going to export your object out. So I'm going to go to File, go to Export, Selection, and we're going to go to OBJ. Where are you? I'm just missing. There it is. OBJ. If you don't see OBJ here, you're going to have to go into Windows and let's go. Looks like they changed things a little bit here. General Editor. Used to be Settings Preferences, Plugin Manager. There we go. So Windows, Settings Preferences, and Plugin Manager. And then you're going to go in here and try to find, and you can search it, OBJ. And there it is. So you can search OBJ and loaded and auto load. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. And refresh. Close it. And go back, go to File, Export Selection, and now we can go into, now we should be able to see it. There we go. There's no special attributes I need to select, so I'm going to click on Export Selection. And in here, I wanted to tell it where I want it to go, so I'm going to go back into my hard drive and find the one that I used. And in here, I'm I'm just going to call this cube test. Okay, whoops. There we go, cube test, and export selection. Now we don't have to do anything with this. You could save your scene if you wanted to. Let me do this, file, set project, and let me go into my hard drive and set my project up to character models. So if I save anything, it'll go right directly into my project. So I'm going to go to File, Save Scene As, and this will just be test underscore cube. All right, now we've done everything we can in Maya for now. Now we're going to go ahead and minimize Maya and open up Substance Painter.